Hi, I'm Megan, and for my multimodal presentation, I'm going to be talking about William Eggleston. So, William Eggleston was born in 1939, and he's a photographer with a unique style that showcases normal, everyday subjects with unique color, style, and composition. His images take several ordinary scenes, and he uses them to create deep meaning that can be interpreted in many different ways. He was born in Memphis, Tennessee, and he was raised in Sumner, Mississippi, before attending several universities and colleges to further his academics. His art has been featured in many exhibitions around the world, and he has even published several books featuring his art. His photographic technique often involved taking pictures without using the viewfinder to make the images less calculated to fully embrace the moments he was capturing. He was a large influence in the shift from black and white to color photography in the mid 1960s as he took advantage of the dye transfer printing process, which helped bring out the vivid colors in his images. So for today's presentation, I'm going to be talking about the exhibition at the Museum of Modern Art in New York called Photographs by William Eggleston that showcase photos taken by the impressive photographer. In a press release by the Museum of Modern Art, Eggleston's art was described as photographs of experience and a remarkable and surprising commentary on contemporary American life. Again, all the photos I'm showing were featured at the Museum of Modern Art, but these photographs are also now widely available online. In this image, which is untitled and taken in 1969, we see a tricycle photographed from a low viewpoint. While it's seemingly just a descriptive picture of a tricycle, this image can actually be interpreted in multiple different ways. For example, the low viewpoint of the photo enlarges the tricycle enough so that the sedan in the background can be clearly seen in between its wheels, possibly making a nod to the journey of going from riding a tricycle to driving a sedan. What's different about Eggleston's approach is his framing of the image. Many would take this image at eye level, however, Eggleston is an expert of taking snapshot images from unique perspectives. In this image, you can see a jacket hanging on the wall over what seems to be either a bed or a crib. Eggleston's photo, which is also untitled but taken near Jackson, Mississippi, experiments with unique composition. It is taken from a slanted angle, which isn't typically seen in many professional photographs, but it also includes the corner of the wall and part of the ceiling, which makes the photo three-dimensional. This, combined with the imperfect angling, helps the viewer feel like they're actually in the room, which is very interesting. And another thing to note is the contrast between the bright colored jacket against the dirty concrete wall. It turns this simple scene into an opportunity for the viewer to interpret what's really going on in the photo. Lastly, another image featured at the Museum of Modern Art is this image that features an older man sitting on a bed holding a pistol. In an interview, Eggleston mentioned that the man on the bed was actually a night watchman for a small town in Mississippi called Morton. He was showing Eggleston the pistol he had carried around each night, and after he lifted up his shirt and he showed Eggleston the scars that he had. So, apart from an interesting backstory, the image is very impressive on its own. The vintage, more muted colors in the image, along with the checkered pattern of the quilt on top of the striped comforter, make the image very visually interesting. The image is also more candid, as the man isn't just sitting at the camera smiling. It looks as though he was having a conversation with Eggleston when Eggleston decided to just capture a snapshot in the midst of that conversation. So, to conclude, William Eggleston had a huge impact on the world of photography. He popularized color photography, as I mentioned before, leaving behind black and white images that were the norm at the time. His photography, though it often captured mundane, everyday objects, was very vibrant and brought impressive color to these mundane scenes. His photos helped change the way that the public viewed color photography, showing how much beauty there is in ordinary life. His exhibition at the Museum of Modern Art in 1976 only further proved the impact he had on photography in the 20th century.